welcome back to White Mountains today. This is going to be a fun segment because we have Nate Harvey from Great Glen Trails and Great Glen Outfitters in the house. Thanks for joining us this morning, Nate.
Chris, just like the snow last night, this place is blowing up.
I don't know what that means. Yeah. Anyway, hey, you know, if something happens great during this interview and you want to relive it, what you do is you quickly go to whitemountainsinfo.com, where you probably can't see it, but we're streaming live. So, and there's like a 30-second delay. So let's say you say something.
What if we don't want to see this?
Well, if you see something witty or funny, and you say, I got to hear that again, you quickly go onto the stream, and 30 seconds later, you'll see it again.
I hope we can pull that off.
Our interview was just starting right now on the stream. So it's kind of, you couldn't do this in 2001.
But the couch was here in 2001, wasn't it?
The couch was here. Everything else was here in 2001. All the actual video equipment. So Great Glen Trails. Let's start with new snow. You guys are reporting 10 inches up in the notch.
Yep. Yeah, we've got an honest yardstick up there, and honestly, we've needed a yardstick on some of these storms. So.
Any idea what you have for a base up there?
Oh well, the season total is 119 inches or something now. So the base is between 2 and 4 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's solid. We're all set.
So obviously the skiing is great.
Yeah, today expect pack powder skiing. Some of the trails, as the groomer went out, was finishing up around 6. Some of the trails will have that much snow on it, and some will just be perfectly skate groomed with awesome tracks.
Yep.
It's good.
So skiing is good. Snow tubing hill available, and you were saying that the snow coach tours are just growing exponentially. Like people are really excited about that.
Yeah, if it's too cold or too windy for people to go skiing and they want to try something else and get some time in the notch, then the guided tour up Mount Washington is going really well. We can put like 9 or 10 people in each tour. Those tracks are very unique, and so is the tour to that crazy spot at about 4,200 feet. Looking
at some video right now, you get out right above tree line, and just look at that view into the Great Gulf Wilderness. That is spectacular right there.
Yeah, and like you said, and every day this is true. Try to get up there earlier than later, especially today, as we might see some more snow and winds and stuff like that. There's less people up there earlier because everybody is sleeping in and having their big omelets. So just get it going. We're open at 8:30 for tours, so less crowds and sometimes just clearer, better weather there in the morning.
And if you're wondering where this is, it's Great Glen Trails, which is at the base of Mount Washington.
Yeah, if you've driven to the top of Mount Washington, we're right there at the base in the Nordic Center. And a lot of folks, if there is a wait to go on the coach, because you can't make reservations really until you get there, they're buying what's called the Total Trails ticket, and that's full access to our rental fleet for skis and snowshoes, the snow tubes, the trails, and the snow coach for $69.
So you basically own Great Glen Trails for the day. You can.
Yep. And an incredible base lodge, just really unique to cross-country skiing, I think, where you have that full 3-story building with a nice cafe and fireplace.
Yep. Absolutely beautiful. Great place just to hang out for the day. I know my son has been doing the Sunday Bill Koch League with Sue Weems, your Olympian instructor up there. And you guys have lessons going on throughout the week. So anybody who wants to get into the sport of cross-country skiing can do it.
Yeah, the typical times for the group lessons for Learn to Ski are like 10, 11:30, and 1. You should call ahead to make a reservation, but sometimes you can walk in at 9:45 and get in that 10 o'clock lesson. But I'd recommend calling just to make sure, so you can plan your day.
How long does it take to get into cross-country skiing? Like, let's say...
Well, I'd tell you about an hour and 15 minutes. That's what the lesson is. And normally people are like, yeah, we want to stay outside. Just leave us on the trail, and we'll see them 2 hours later when they come in, and they're having a good time.
So you can take one lesson and enjoy the sport.
Yeah, and we always give them a coupon to come back and do another one at a discounted rate because... you can always get something else out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that when you took your driver's test, you just you had one session with
I peaked right there. I haven't developed any more skills since then.
Yeah, yikes.
Yeah, that's what my wife says. So let's see. Another nice thing about Great Glen Trails is you guys have the outfitter shop. So everything you need is just all
it could almost be a standalone identity. It's the outfitter shop's been there for over 20 years, and we have a staff that's been there for just as long. So we know our product, and we carry a pretty good selection of it too. I brought in a couple of just fun things to look at on the camera, but still a really good selection of skis and boots right now for this time of year, and all of our clothing just went to 30 off. So
no kidding.
Yep, we've been doing really well with some sales. So one of the brands that we're carrying is Patagonia. This is like a base layer.
Grab that, Nate?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to hold it right here for our director, Hans.
Yeah, because sometimes I dance around when I have it.
Well, yeah, you haven't had too much coffee in the morning and
I'm pretty excited about it. So men's and women's base layers, obviously. we are shaped differently, and tops and bottoms. Patagonia specifically has 4 different kind of thicknesses and layers to their stuff, and I just brought in the number 2 because I think this one for women has a fun print. Everybody doesn't have to have a black base layer. Everybody's pants are black, so why should the base layers be black? So, so there's that guy. It's capilene, very quick drying, and warm and comfy. So,
and this is the best investment you can make, because once you have a comfortable base layer, that just it's like a everything else just follows after that. I mean, if you're not comfortable with the base layer, then you're not going to be comfortable. Period.
Yeah, think about like I'm coming up with this analogy right now, but maybe it won't work. But maybe when you go to bed, what is your first sheet made out of? You don't want that made out of sandpaper.
No,
it's a nice fuzzy fleece so that you can be comfortable. So,
and this is, it doesn't look like it, but this is technology right here. This is akin to our streaming the live show, essentially.
Yeah, maybe even a notch beyond.
Yeah, probably more goes into this.
Because this is real-time technology right here.
Not 30 seconds.
So yeah, there is a lot that goes into it. And with all the other base layers and products out there, it just looks like a shirt, but there's so much that goes into the channeling of the different wicking layers and threads and materials and stuff. It's crazy.
Right.
So that's why it's $50, but 30% off. So
there you go.
Check it out. Then I just brought up this really inexpensive. We can leave that right there for Hans, I think. Yep. And really inexpensive Petzl headlamp. Obviously, people have heard of this brand. About 4 years ago, this particular model put out about 20 lumens of light. That's just a measurement of how much light we can shine here. And this one is now 60 lumens for $20. So, the folks in armed services and the Army and stuff are using these, and they've got headlamps that'll throw out 1,000 lumens.
Yeah.
Your headlamp in your car, or your headlights are like 350. So they can pack all this wattage into this headlamp. So this is where headlamps kind of start in price at $20, and you do get a lot for it.
I remember, it just seems like a few years ago, battery technology and light technology, it's just changed so much. I talk about our cameras. We used to have to carry these huge batteries, and they last maybe an hour out in the field, and now you can go all day with one little battery.
Yeah.
And the same thing with lighting. You guys have you're famous for your 24 hours of Great Glen mountain bike race in the summer, where riders are riding your trails all through the night. And you still do have these big battery systems, but now just your $20 headlamps are so much more advanced than they were 10 years ago, even, that it's making everything more enjoyable.
And so for folks that might not know, this is in the same kind of arena as Camelback and Platypus hydration packs. You don't have to carry a water bottle if it's on your back, and you don't have to carry a flashlight if it's on your head, so you can have both hands to read a book or throw snowballs or whatever you do at night.
Yep. Plus it's green and it looks good.
Yeah, that's one of the colors. All right, so that's the Taquina, and then this one, I don't know if we can get a shot of that one, but it's just a little face and skin protectant.
Dermatone, 23 SPF.
Yep. Anybody that alpine skis has probably seen this, and cross country too. It's mostly just for this area right here, and it's basically you're putting on a second skin to protect against both sun and wind. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this weekend, this stuff is a frostbite deflector.
Yep. Frostbite fighter.
And it's pretty important. So for $5, I'd rather have that than frostbite.
I'd say it's a good investment. You can feel the skin for the rest of your life.
Yeah, so those are just three little products that I think are useful and show like some diversity in our store, and we carry
and not just skis.
That's right. We're snowshoes, we're socks, we're energy.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, we've got a good selection of sunglasses, and just the main thing is that the staff is pretty fun to work with, and will help you through your questions.
And that's the thing. I can't think of any other place in the valley that's had a staff as long as you guys have, a consistent staff. Like you and Eli have been there for so long. You go in the store, you're going to get experienced people, and if someone hasn't been there as long, you're the one who's been training them, and they pretty much know the product that's there.
And most of us have worked at 2 or 3 other Nordic areas or stores before this one, or still do, and you see a wide range of equipment, and so the ability for us to kind of work with and maintain and help with older stuff too. We'd like to push more skis out the door, but we do help you maintain your old stuff, and we have parts for stuff that other shops might not. So.
All right. Nate Harvey, Great Glen Trails Outdoor Center and Great Glen Outfitters, 466-2333 and greatglentrails.com.
8:30 to 4:30 every day. Call ahead for details on the conditions if you want, but we'll be there.
Snow coach, first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Anything else?
There's a pretty good fun race to either watch or participate in on March 1st. It's called Ski and Shoe to the Clouds. So snowshoeing. It's 6 kilometers at the base and then 4 kilometers up Mount Washington. So we have some very popular uphill races in the summertime on Mount Washington. This is one for the winter, and we run or ski up until tree line or so.
All right.
Check that out on the web.
Put that on your calendar, spectate, or is it?
Or volunteer, or race. Is very inexpensive. I think it's $25-30. So
right.
Unique experience.
All right, Nate Harvey, thank you so much for joining us. We totally blew up that segment.
Yeah, fresh snow. Everybody have fun today no matter where you go.
Yeah,
please.
We'll be back with more White Mountains today.
Get ready for a world above treeline. The 9-passenger Mount Washington Snow Coach transports guests into a treeless subarctic world for an unforgettable experience anyone of any age can enjoy. Experience